Second instalment in the Maze Runner series. Interestingly enough, I thought in the first movie, the character that made the Maze Runner, that was most interesting in the first Maze Runner movie was Will Poulter, who I think is terrific, and who played what he described as the closest thing the film had to a villain. Of course, if you've seen the first one, you'll know that Will Poulter is not back. So what's happened is that they have escaped from the maze and have now exited into a dystopian, a young adult dystopian world. That's a really good idea. Somebody should pick up on that, because I don't know, but
nobody does. The only dystopian stuff at the moment is young adult. I mean, that is genuinely true.
Yeah. So young adult dystopian world, the Gladers, across which the Gladers must journey with everybody in search of their blood, whether it's Wicked, the organisation which is called Wicked, just so you know that there's probably another organisation called Good Guys, but the Wicked are after them, as indeed are...
It's not a wicket in the cricket. Because that would be misleading, because there's cricket going on. Okay. You're not saying there's a wicket?
No, Simon.
It's just Wicked.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Wicked. Okay, fine. Wicked are after them, and then there's the sort of the sub-crazies who are called the Cranks, who are the mutated people who've been exposed to the flare virus, and they must journey across apocalyptic landscapes.
Are they zombies?
Well, but they're not, in the same way that in 28 Days Later, they're not zombies. But yes, they are, to all intents and purposes, extras from House of the Dead. And en route, they meet various people who may be friend or may be foe. Who can tell? Here's a clip.
3 questions. Where did you come from? Where are you going? How can I profit? Don't all answer at once.
Ready for the mountains. Looking for the right arm.
You're looking for ghosts, you mean? Question number 2. Where did you come from?
That's our business.
Get the hell off me! Get the hell off me, man!
Shut up, you big baby.
What is that?
You were right.
Right about what? What is she talking about?
I'm sorry, hermano. Looks like you're tagged. You came from Wicked. Which means you're very valuable.
We have got to the point with dystopian YA movies that occasionally it's possible to kind of start confusing them in your head. There was a moment in the middle of watching this which I thought I kind of half expected to see the cast of Divergent, Insurgent, Suggestive, Digestive coming over the mountain the other way, because you're thinking the thing with the cute. Oh, no,
that'd be quite fun actually. You'd see the cast of different
coming over, sort of meeting in the middle of a desert, going, "What are you doing? I'm escaping from the maze. What are you doing? I'm trying to get into the thing. What are you doing? I've got to win the Hunger Games." Although actually the Hunger Games does still sort of stand on its own. That said, this is fairly well put together. Very much as in Suggestive, Digestive, Insurgent, Divergent, it does up the action ante, because having sort of in the first movie, the whole point is, you're in the maze, you don't know what's going on. There are action set pieces and everything, but it's in an enclosed environment. This, it's like, okay, broader canvas, so it's going to be, apocalyptic, destroyed cities. There are a couple of very well put together tense action sequences in buildings that have toppled over, people falling onto. There's one sequence in which they fall onto a window in a building that is leaning at 45 degrees and the window is starting to crack. There's a lot of people falling and hanging and dangling and all that sort of stuff, and being chased around by zombies. Obviously, they're not zombies, but they are zombies to all intents and purposes, and all that stuff is done. It's done efficiently, and it's done in a way which is perfectly entertaining, if to some extent not necessarily as distinctive as perhaps you would ideally want it to be. The other thing is that the movie has been, as was the case with the first movie, if you remember the first one, there was pre-cuts which were used to get it to a 12A, and the BBFC said that initially they felt that it was tonally more of a 15, but it was pre-cut 15. In this case, once again, they went to the BBFC to seek advice in advance of the film's opening, and it now opens at a 12A. I have to say it's a top-end 12A. I mean, I was really quite surprised that it was a 12A. I have no doubt whatsoever that the BBFC have been very rigorous about the way in which it has been certificated, but I would say we've had so much correspondence on this programme over the years about, can I take an 8-year-old to see Jurassic World? Can I take a 7-year-old to see this, that and the other? That in the case of Maze Runner, the Scorch Trials, absolutely not. When they say 12, it means 12. And I know that we keep banging on about this, but it is not a kids' film. It's absolutely not a kids' film. Don't take young kids to see it, because it feels like, when the BBFC first saw it, they thought it had a 15 feeling to it, but it's been sort of reined in. It still feels to me tonally like a 15, although I think that the 12A certificate has been arrived at quite properly. But 12 means 12. It means, unless you've got really good reason for thinking that your under 12-year-old is going to be fine with this, don't. It's got scenes of, torture and zombies and threat and danger and squibbly viral nastiness and, and weird stuff that you basically don't want to be showing to a 6, 7, 8-year-old. I know, even as I say this, because it's possible with the 12A certificate to take younger kids in. People won't. But if you're a parent and you're contemplating taking a young child, don't. It's not a young, it's young adult, as in 12 and upwards. Okay, I would say 12 is the lowest age to see this.